Today's adventure brings me to a very foggy downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, as a recording of this Thursday, February 17th, 2022. Could faintly hear a train off in the distance. I will be just traversing around Charlotte, North Carolina proper. Not even too far, a little bit on the outskirts, but gonna do a downtown video. Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. I gotta be honest, I have no real game plan except to roam around this city. Also, tagging along, Scott on tape is back here. What should we do today?
Good morning, everyone. As of this recording, it's Thursday, February 17th. We're in Charlotte. February 17th, my ex-girlfriend's birthday. I just thought of that. She moved to Australia a long time ago because she hates me that much.
So you don't have any ideas?
No.
I'm inviting you to join. That was a pretty good imitation of me.
Yeah. Join me. Shall you?
I got really confused.
Piping hot caffeinated beverage.
I have learned over the course of how many years I've been doing this, sometimes the best days are unplanned. Just trying to find items. You know, a lot of stuff that I do is planned out, heavily researched, everything organized, knowing where I'm gonna go at the beginning of each day. And then others are like this, just get out of the car, found a parking spot down here, and just kind of I think this says chicken, fish, and barbecue right there on the side. You can faintly see it. This old sign, and it looks very interesting. This relic of the past adjacent to the new skyscraper buildings off in the distance.
Can you read what it says?
It says chicken, barbecue, and fish.
Yeah, chicken, fish, sandwich.
A nice contrast here, the old and the new. And over on that corner appears to be like some remnants of an old hotel there. It has the words bus stop and a little poem on the side, but it looks like an old hotel. Seems like a little bit of yard work is happening behind me here, but look at this it's a fox. And across the way here is what they call the quill pen, like where you dip it in the ink, is a very large quill pen. And pulling into the station, the blue line. There's the public transit through here. You got the public market behind the train. And there's another stamp here with an eyeball on it. There's a stamp pad with an eyeball, and there's also a little like typewriter keypads.
And Adam, I'd just like to point out that this one here, this is Canada's favorite letter. You know why?
Why's that?
Canada, eh?
And you can hear that air conditioner unit, maybe a heater unit. I think it's AC or heater.
Oh, it's definitely AC.
That's AC. But this is a musical parking garage. I didn't park here, I parked in a lot adjacent. But I'm hearing that if you put your hand on that, you gotta put your hand on that?
Oh, yeah.
It plays music? Okay. Press it. Oh, there it goes. Wow. Look at that. Oh, it plays music. Okay, so it's like a piano. Yeah, it's like a keypad for a piano. It plays the note. That is cool. Wonder what this one does. Go over here. You got the handprint here.
You didn't have to press it. You just got close to it. Mind blown. Do it again. Oh, that's wild.
The musical parking structure.
Uh-oh.
It didn't make a sound.
It lit up, though.
It lit up, but it didn't make a sound. Oh, there it is.
There's the sweet spot.
It's straight. There's your sweet spot right there.
Wait, let's see if it works.
With your face? It doesn't work. It doesn't work with your cheek. And this great old church building here. Like they got a scaffolding out front doing a little bit of work. Across the way, got to get across the road here before the traffic goes through. But take a look up here. A little piece of artwork. This looks like a plant. Not a lot of people down here walking around either at the moment. It's not really a beehive.
Hey, mister.
Someone's behind me.
What are you filming?
In front of Fitzgerald's, see the sign right up top there, is Queen Charlotte. Queen Charlotte here. The little puppy down here, another puppy over here on the corner. The reason I know it is Queen Charlotte, it states here on this information placard that was placed here in 1988. Graham Weathers was the sculptor. Queen Charlotte was 1761.
Oh, wow. She was an easy, genteel, and agreeable woman. Exactly how I describe you.
There's a nice little corridor of wind going through here. Nice little breeze. Woo, windy. And directly in the middle of this courtyard, there is no water in the fountain. But this clock here, pretty cool. It sits on these little cylinders.
Looks like it's a fountain, right?
Yeah.
I believe right there in the middle, those things. See if you look up, that would be Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web. This looks like something that was made in like the 60s? 70s?
I can tell you right now. 78. Right on.
You can tell by just touching this?
Yep. Yep.
This reminds me of like the inside of the mall from Romero's Dawn. This is the kind of architecture this would be. I don't know why it gives me those vibes.
You don't see this kind of glass anymore.
You really don't?
No, you don't.
You see it in the front of restaurants and like banks and stuff from that era.
It's gotta be really expensive.
Pretty solid. There is an assortment of rather large books right here. A stack of them. Starting off kind of laid down, and then they just all kind of, the pages flutter up to the heavens. And another set right here.
Mark Twain, Melville.
Frederick Douglass. And a couple signs showing how far it is to Ogden, Utah, over 2,000 miles, or Nash, Oklahoma. Not sure why they chose those two specific towns, but that is titled there. And some very tall concrete fish, taller than I am. And there's not just one fish, but two fish. They're not just two fish, there are three really large fish right here. And I believe this was, they used to spit out water. They do probably
in the spring.
In the warmer months, spring and fall and summertime. And you got the circle of fish here. Life is mostly froth and bubble. Two things stand like stone.
Kindness in another's trouble, courage in your own. 1866.
Don't want to get spit on. No climbing the sculptures.
No, there's a set of rules. Let's show the rules. Do not climb on fish, wet slipper, do not let children, do not taunt Happy Fun Ball. There's a lot of rules for this little area.
Okay, I'm also learning something. I learn something new every day, which is part of the reason I like going out and doing stuff. Still not sure. Are those petunias?
I think so.
But other than that, Charlotte, where we are walking through, is the center of the known world. Not the unknown world.
Is that what they're saying?
Oh! There's also a Charlotte, Michigan.
Oh, it's all Charlotte.
Oh, they're all
yeah,
Charlottes.
yeah.
There's also a Charlotte Waters, Australia. You were mentioning that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that you knew. There's an Iowa. There's a Texas. There's a Tennessee. There's a Vermont. There's a Maine.
From your area, Charlotte Harbor. That's kind of cheating, though.
Charlotte Harbor?
Yeah.
Oh, in Florida. I've never been to Charlotte Harbor.
775 miles. Can we make it today?
I had an aunt named Charlotte.
There you go. Hey, mister.
Oh, here we go.
Yes.
They knew you were here, Scott.
That's right. I know everyone in Great Canada.
Hang on! Hang
None of
on!
these people look like they're having fun.
Hang on! Ratcliffe's Flowers definitely looks like an old vintage neon that has been repurposed. Now, could this building below the neon be Ratcliffe's Flower Shop? You never know. I'm gonna say yes.
Adam the Who, come join me in Venice. Let's go for a scooter ride around Venice. Adam the Who.
German in Venice?
Yes.
Look at this thing. What is that? What is this?
It's gotta be a black somewhere. It's gotta be a black.
Okay, this is fascinating. Is it a unicorn?
My orange
Is it what exactly? Now look, see the gentleman walking past. You can just see the size of this thing.
It's crazy. What is
Right? I don't know what this is. I'm not seeing any. There's like mirrors all around it. You know how Chicago has that big bean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is Charlotte's version. It's not a big bean, but look at it overlooking that church there, the steeple, and the newer skyscraper. Okay, I have found a term for what we do for a career. Right here.
That's it.
Creative loafing.
We're creative loafers.
Now, people will always ask, what do you do? I go, I take a camera and I point out the obvious and I state the obvious.
For the apartment we're going to get together. Let's start looking it up.
We're not getting an apartment together, but we both do.
Hey, mister.
This is a good, wait, that guy's back.
Hey, mister. Aren't you on YouTube?
And when's the last time you saw a cab? Okay, train, where are you at?
There's a choo-choo.
The number 7. And this building over off on the distance does not look like it's active anymore. But on the roof, some weather equipment. Oh, the weather devices up there on top of that roof.
I thought that was radio stuff, but you're right. It's weather. Yeah.
Like antennas?
Yeah, I thought it was.
My first thought would be antennas, but I believe it's used to track weather of some sort. All right, heading over to the next spot, but I was not expecting to see a time machine DeLorean right here on the side of this brick wall. You're gonna paint a mural. Why not do it with some style? Look at this. This just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. It's calling to you. The city wanted you here.
Look at that. That is awesome. Wasn't expecting that. Oh yeah, here's another relic. The Charlotte Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Very nice. Like that mural. Now pulling into here, I tell the story and see with my own eyes where a gentleman that was crushed by an elephant. No, it's not Barefoot Horton.
Best name ever. And actually, you got here, Bright H. Barefoot. So the last name is Barefoot. Oh, so it's Barefoot Horton. That's two last names put together. So it's their family plot, Barefoot and Horton.
Okay, have found the spot with the skyline off in the distance. It's a very interesting story, a sad story, not only for the animal trainer, but also for the elephant as well. You know, when an elephant's in that situation, it probably is not going to be happy. You know, who knows what an elephant is thinking. But this has been placed here in memory of John King back in, was it 1880?
Yeah.
And the outcome of the elephant, almost as sad as the person he crushed.
The elephant's name is Chief. He was put down and then wheeled around the city and
paraded
around the city after he was put down, and then eaten, served to guests in Cincinnati at a hotel.
Where is the memorial to the elephant? I guess this would be
inside a lot of people's bellies. Right?
Something that you would see take place in 1880 probably wouldn't happen today.
No.
I don't know if they would parade an elephant.
Definitely not.
That could have been accidental, could have been on purpose. Probably had a little bit of, you know, issue with
being trained like that. Back then the training practices.
It was a little different.
Lots crueler, I'm sure.
But this is in memory of John King, and this is in memory of Chief. And now walking, well, drove a little bit, got out of the car, a couple miles from where we just were, this very busy intersection of Providence and, see a cross street?
I think it's Queens Road.
Queens Road and Providence. which has a lot of traffic lights, traffic signals, roundabouts.
I can't figure this intersection out for the life
It's a
of me.
very busy intersection.
You need someone to direct traffic.
You know what we
here.
need is someone to direct traffic, someone like the gentleman across the road who has a sculpture in honor of him, Hugh. And as the story goes, he was a local resident, he was not an official traffic guide, nor did he work for anyone other than just out of the kindness of his own heart. Hugh McMahon passed away at 89 from friends and neighbors. This was placed here back in 1999. For 2 decades, for 20 years, he would have his towel there, his pointer finger, telling everyone which way to go. And in honor of Hugh,
There it is.
there is a placard to himself.
Somebody's got to take it over.
Right.
That's me. Let's go. Now you stop. You go. You stop. Do I look like I have all day? I don't have all day. You come.
I don't.
Now you stop.
There's no. You're telling that buzzword.
Turn left. Good bus. That's it.
Providence and Queen.
Like this. She likes it. All right. Let's go. Bring it.
I like how you're channeling Hugh.
I'm you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
You. Let's go. Come on.
Pretty cool story. I've been to some other towns and other cities where you'll also hear residents that do this. So it's pretty neat to hear locals from the area back then. When you tried doing this today, like if you stood up there like where you were for a few more minutes, the authorities would show up and say, sir, you need to move along.
I tell them to move along because I'm the traffic guy. I'm the new Hugh.
Maybe one day you'll have a little marker here. For 5 minutes, Scott on tape
Directed traffic.
stood right here letting everyone, but this
And
place,
nobody paid attention.
look at this place here is very, this is
It
quite
is a crazy intersection.
quite the intersection.
Yeah, there's like 6 different airways that come in and out. Hey, thank you.
Helicopter going by. Driving around the outskirts again. I'm gonna follow this road once the light changes and head over to a couple more spots.
I'll let you know the light changes.
You're still directing traffic? Up the light change. It's green?
It's green.
Okay, going forward. Thank you, traffic Scott. Now, it is not unusual to see a DQ Dairy Queen sign, you know, from the 80s. This probably looks from the 80s. But this is not the unique item that I want to show. The very unique item just so happens to be this very retro DQ here. With the Eskimo up on top, the cold weather not bothering her at all. She's got the hoodie on, and also, all bundled up, has a donut, a bite out of the donut, as well as an ice cream cone soft serve there. Take a look at this beauty. You getting anything?
I am. I'm gonna get the chocolate chip cookie dough blizzard, but with chili on top, because I need protein.
A chocolate chip cookie dough with blizzard on, with a blizzard on top?
Yeah, but with the chili from the chili dog
with
on
chili.
top.
That's disgusting.
You need protein, Adam. You need protein.
This is awesome. It's like something out of probably the 50s. I'd say probably the 50s. Maybe the 60s.
I can tell you the gentleman in there looks like he's probably been around since the 50s.
He's been working in there for a while.
Well, I think he looks like the orange.
It looks like they had a drive-through over on this side. So if you look over here, you can see probably had a drive-through around the corner at one time or another. Has the tile work out front. This is awesome. Got Sundays, the neon says Sundays, has milkshakes on the other side. And the 1980s DQ logo there on the side of this building. And they also have Orange Julius here, so I went ahead in a Blizzard cup. I went with Orange Julius, just like an orange drink. Yeah, I went ahead and got that from this DQ. And to be completely honest, I just tried a sip of this. Not a Blizzard, it is an Orange Julius. This thing is so tasty.
What is this?
A lot of water. You ever had an orange Julius?
I think we have them in Canada. I haven't mentioned where I'm from.
So good.
Is it like
It's like an orange drink.
oh, so it's not real orange juice, it's like a sweetened orange.
I don't know the ingredients, but it's tasty. When I think of orange drink, I think of Andy Griffith, who did stand-up back in the day, did a thing on an LP. We got this big orange drink. You know Andy Griffith did comedy?
No, that's why I'm speechless. Andy Griffith was a stand-up comic?
I don't know if it was stand-up, but he did a comedy routine on vinyl. My dad used to have it. He did a routine about big orange drink.
Let's get 2 straws.
I'm gonna get a brain freeze because this thing is cold.
And look how...
I need to have one of those. You know what? I need to put my Eskimo. I'm gonna be an Eskimo.
Look at the lineup now, eh?
We got here just in time. And the last spot of the day is located in a parking lot adjacent to this building. And I haven't walked over here yet. I've parked at the bottom of the hill, walked up these stairs. And I would imagine that this is what I'm looking for right here. It is the birthplace of Dr. Billy Graham. Born on November 7th, 1918, world-renowned evangelist, author, and educator, preacher of the gospel. Born right here. In fact, President Richard Nixon flew down here, or over here, and dedicated this marker on the 15th day of October back in 1971. And the building that stood here is gone, but there is the little marker. Pretty neat to think about. There's a Nixon quote there. Billy Graham is one of the giants of our time, truly a man of God. The force of his spirit has ennobled millions in this and other lands. I salute him with deep affection and profound respect. And this is a very random tree with some clouds behind it going by. A good enough place for an outro as traffic goes by. I think there's a bird nest there in the far corner. I'm gonna go out on a limb because these are some limbs. Whoa. Let's say that is a bird nest up top there. Up there's a plane going by too. But that's gonna do it for today. I'm only in North Carolina. A very short tenure more. I'll still be here tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But then after that, shortly after that, within a day or two after, I'll start heading back to my home in Celebration, Florida. This road trip, it's almost over, still a few more days. I don't know why I'm showing this tree.
Hey, mister, why are you looking at that tree? There's a bird's nest on either side. That's something. Ain't that so? Hey, you kidding? Are you kidding? Hey, mister.
No kidding.
Are you on the YouTube? No kidding. Peace out.
The vlog is over.